Let's write down in that first box up at the top. One, let's just do one. You can come back and do others later if you would like. But we're just going to walk through this model. One decision that you know you have needed to make, but you've been putting it off. Should I color my hair? Should I not? This afternoon, getting my nails done. Do I go with the blue? Do I get the flower or not? Probably not that level of decision. This would be more of like a life decision. Okay? Next of all, let's get this, let's try to identify what has kept you. What do you feel like has kept you from making this decision? Chances are pretty good, it's not 100%, but chances are pretty good that there is some emotion that's getting in the way. Okay? If we go back to our stuff bar, chances are pretty good that you can think of something. This is what I need to do. But what's getting in the way is this wall of emotion. And a lot of times that emotion, if we kind of boil it down and distill it, kind of comes down to some fear. What if? If I do that, then what would happen then? Can anybody relate to that? If I did that, then what would happen? And do you want to do a quick little survey here? Just personally, you don't have to raise your hand on this. A quick little survey. This is came to me. This will be fun. Okay. I think it is. Yeah. How do I want to word this? Because this just came into my head. Yeah. If that what if that you have on there, if I do this, then this could possibly happen. If you were thinking predominantly of you and what would you do, okay, what would that mean for me, then I think that is probably a pretty, I may stumble through this, but that might be a pretty healthy way to go, to be considering. These are my own issues, my own stuff that I'm going through. However, if in your thinking, in your thoughts, you're going, if I do that, then what's that person going to do? If I do this, I don't want that person to do X, Y, and Z. If that's in your brain, then I'll let you know that you are probably teetering on, okay, some dysfunction. You're probably teetering on some thinking that has you in a position of trying to control other people. Which you can't do that. You can't control them. How they respond is going to be how they respond. But if you put yourself in a position of, I'm not going to do this because if I do this, that person will do that. I don't want them to do that, so I'm not going to do this. Does that make sense? That's not the best way to go about it. Not the most healthy. Because then you're probably going to come up to another person at some point, go, okay, if I do this, that person's going to do that, and I don't want them to do that, so I'm not going to do this. So before long, you'll come up with all these things that you really feel like you need to be doing in your life, but you're not doing them because of what other people would do. And now you're feeling out of control. Now you're feeling like you're not even you. If you do that over a long period of time, trust me, I have clients in this world. If you do that over a long period of time, you will lose your own personal identity. Because the person that you have become is what you feel everybody else is making you be. Does that make sense? We just went into counseling world. Sorry about that. Okay? But it can also be things that you do because you want that person to do something. There may be some things that I don't do, but there's other things that I do because I want to make sure that people continue to act a certain way. And that's something you just want to be aware of. Okay, it's not a quick fix. It's not a quick fix, but it's just something you want to be aware of. If it's something within me, and I struggle, I haven't made a decision because of something inside of me, I think that's something that you can actually take care of. But when it comes to these other people, that's, you know, they're adults. They're gonna have to learn how to do that on their own, how to figure out how to do that. Okay? So, toss that out to you. So, everybody have something there that you're going, okay, I think this is why I'm not making the decisions. Fantastic, fantastic. Now what we're gonna do is we are going to use this side over here, what we have discovered to be true about ourselves. Also, the skills that we have learned of how to look at struggle, how to reconcile pain. And we want to create a new picture for ourselves. Remember, we've got to get new pictures. New pictures will allow us, new pictures bring new perspective. New perspective will bring patience, as we've talked about. Also, new perspective will bring new motivation, new momentum in our life, simply because we're seeing it in a new way. So, we're going to go back to our visualization exercise. Fair enough? I just want to walk you guys through a visualization exercise. Okay? Again, as always, if you want to close your eyes, you can. You don't have to. Sometimes it helps just to get the picture a little bit better. But what I want to do is look at this decision that has been eluding you for a long period of time. I want to look at it through the lens of truth, capital T truth. Okay? So, everybody, we're going to walk through this, kind of do a few steps on this. All right, so here we go. Let's start out with, if you want to get comfortable and relax, you can put your notes to the side. Okay? Let's start out with a picture where you are in the place of needing to make the decision, but you're not. You know you need to, but you're not. And again, keep this third person. So you are looking at you. Been a decision that you've needed to make for a long time. Maybe it's created pressure, maybe it's created conflict, maybe it's made you look at yourself differently. As this picture develops, look at how not making this decision is impacting you. What is it doing to your posture? What is it doing to your shoulders? What is it doing to your hands? What is it doing to your face? When you look in your eyes, what is it doing to your eyes? There may even be energy around you. What is it doing to the energy, the aura that is around you? And what we're going to do here is, whatever that thing is that has been keeping you from making this decision, we're going to let it take on some kind of a form that we can see. Something that we can see. It's a fear. We're going to let that fear take on some kind of a form. Everybody doing okay with this picture? Again, it starts out with, man, I need to make a decision, but I haven't, and this is how it's impacting. The thing that is keeping me from making that decision has now entered in. Whatever that thing is, it's entered into the picture. Again, all of this is third person. You don't have to feel the feelings. You don't have to be that person. You're just looking at it. And now what we're going to do is allow the truth, capital T, any truth from your truth wall. Specifically, if there is a truth that directly contradicts this fear, or contradicts this thing that's keeping you from being able to make the decision, we're going to let it enter into the picture. Whatever that looks like, we're going to let it enter into the picture. And we're going to let it come near to you. Just let it come close to you. And as it comes close to you, it's almost like it's going to come and it's going to begin to wrap around you. It's going to become a part of you. Now again, if you're having a hard time getting any of these pictures, feel free to just kick into your imagination and ask yourself the question, what do I think that would look like? And that could possibly get kind of the wheels rolling. Is everybody doing okay so far? A truth from your truth wall that is coming in. It could be words that are coming. It could be a person that's coming in. It could be a song that you're hearing. It could take on some type of metaphoric object, a coat or a blanket or something like that, a pair of glasses. But we're just going to let that come in. We're going to let it get very near to us, and it's almost like we're going to get inside of it. We're going to let it get around us. Is everybody able to get something like that? Nod your head or able to do fantastic. Once you're able to connect to that truth, that's when I want you to go to first person. As soon as you can connect to the truth, you can go to first person. And allow that truth, that one truth, allow that to actually begin to soak into you. Feel free to embrace it. Even if it comes in greater and greater measures, in waves, allow yourself to accept it and receive it. If there have been fears and anxieties that have been inside of your head, oh no, what if, what if, what if? Let this truth answer those questions. Now that you have wrapped yourself, now that you have come near to the truth, let the truth answer the questions for you. Let the truth answer the what ifs, rather than you trying to answer the what ifs separated from the truth. Again, if your big what ifs are primarily focused on what about that person, okay? We can't really control that person. So let this truth come in and impact you. That person may do X, Y, and Z, but it doesn't mean it has to have a certain impact on you. As this truth surrounds you, as it empowers you, as it gives you energy, as it begins to change the lens, as you are looking at this problem, at this situation, is there anybody that is sensing a change in perspective? As you are looking at the same question, in the same situation, but now we are looking through a different lens. Is anybody getting a new perspective on this? Got a couple nods. If you need to add more truth from your truth wall, just let that enter into the picture to where maybe you've got 4 or 5 truths that are coming off of the truth wall and surrounding you, almost protecting you, setting up a strong protection around you. This is true about you. And as this truth is surrounding you, as you're able to embrace it, I want you to see yourself actually making the decision and actually doing the thing. Actually doing the thing that you've been putting off. And as you do it, pay attention to what taking that action, pay attention to how you feel. Pay attention to what that's doing to how you think about yourself. Again, keep the truth around you. If you're like me, I picture myself making that decision, and all of a sudden there are people around me that may be doing negative things, but I am surrounded in truth. And the truth protects me. The truth sets me free. The truth gives me a new perspective. Go ahead and let that play out. I'm making the decision. I'm actually taking the action that I've been needing to take for a long time. And I'm surrounded and protected by this truth. So go ahead and let that take the next step, and maybe the next step, maybe the next step, as much as far as you'd like to go with that. Is there anyone that feels like, is there anyone that has been able to see themselves take the action, make the decision? Okay, we're getting all nods. Yes, I see that hand. As you are taking that action, are you feeling protected? Are you feeling, even though there may be external circumstances that may seem negative, are you protected in the truth? Are you safe in the truth? Okay. As you are feeling safe and protected, go ahead and take a moment here at the end. Go ahead and take a moment to show gratitude. Whether that was the Lord that came in, whether that was just the truth that came in, show gratitude. Thank you, truth. Thank you, Lord, that you have come and given me freedom to live by the truth and not be trapped by my emotions. Whatever that picture looks like as you show gratitude. Don't let the picture fade, because I want to finish one last thing here. As you finish up showing gratitude, I want you to kind of become very aware of what it feels like, of what it looks like in this picture for you to be surrounded by this truth. You've made a decision that you've been needing to make for a long time. You've put on this truth. You have surrounded yourself in truth. You have been empowered. You've been energized by truth. Now what I want you to do is just take a moment here to remember this. This is what it feels like. This is what it looks like. This is how truth impacts me. Because how it looks, how it feels, how you are engaging in it right now, and how it is impacting you right now is a measure of a picture of what your future looks like. For you, being able to walk in truth. Is there anybody, well, I'll talk about that. So just kind of get an idea, okay, this is what this feels like. Well, okay, this is what this looks like. I need to become familiar with this rather than being so familiar with the other stuff that made me feel afraid, small, out of control. And as you're able to do that, whenever you're ready, you can bring that picture to a close. And come back to Glenpool. squints over here.
It's so bright in here.
How'd that go? Is that okay?
Mhm.